Hey everyone, welcome to the Rooster Teeth podcast.
And Joel Heyman.
I'm Geoff Ramsey.
Go with the theme song. I'm Olivia Munn. What's the help? Diane Ray.
It's a podcast. Hey everyone, I'm Gus Sorola.
45th annual Rooster Teeth podcast.
It's over. Hey everyone, welcome to the podcast.
Woohoo!
Contrary to what I just said, it's actually not over.
Now, can I ask us, did you check and make sure that's not a stolen Reliant K song?
That is not a Reliant. I'm the world's biggest Reliant K fan now.
So when you find out that the previous podcast theme song was stolen, is that the right word to use?
The fucking yoink.
When it was infringed, did we do anything to change that?
No. like the way it happened was I had already cut everything together. I had already made my news post, and I was about to hit submit to submit the podcast, and I thought, I should Google, I just wasted 10 seconds of your time and see what comes up. And I saw it, and everything was already done. I just had to hit submit, and I was like, God fucking, if I hadn't Googled that,
then you would have known.
I never would have known.
What a jackass. What a jackass.
Oh, no, I would have known immediately when comment number 5 was like, I know this song.
You know what I've tried to do in the past, which I found to be very frustrating?
Shower?
License music. I'm a good showerer. I want to point that out. I'm probably the best showerer in this office.
I don't know if that's
Thank you
true.
very much. I have a
about
trophy on my desk and everything.
I sometimes shower twice a day.
You beat Matt, I'll give you that, but that's about it.
Okay. Totally different topic. I have tried to license music for productions before. That's a very difficult thing to do.
Yep.
And I don't necessarily know that I understand that it can be done or how to do it.
You just keep
it
paying.
definitely seems like it's different for whoever is providing the music as well.
You know what's interesting on the flip side of that? Because, we've had this conversation before. Back in the days when I lived in Jersey and I was doing PA work for the View Askew guys, they would just, get, boxes of CDs from record labels mailed to them that were like, please check this out, use any of our stuff, just give us a call.
Yeah.
We think you'll really like this music.
I always hear with TV shows, too, that if they play a portion of a song, then they have to pay royalties on it. Can we do that? Can we just start playing stuff? And then
That's an interesting idea.
Well, no,
Yeah.
I thought it was like if you do it for less than 20 seconds, then it's free. But above 20 seconds,
but it's
something
clear
like
that there's
it's a ton.
rules, right? And
Yeah, I think
let's say they
there-
go,
yes.
let's say they go over 20 seconds. Let's just
Right.
take that scenario. Are they billed? Do they have a department that handles that? Who do you pay?
I'm becoming a fan of the rules of reality. And it's like, well, what you can get away with, that's.
Yeah, we're on the internet, right? Doesn't matter.
Well, it
What the
seems
hell?
like radio gets away with everything, right? They can play whatever they want.
but-
like not obviously not like radio, but I'm talking like talk shows and on the radio.
I think it's 8 seconds is what I read, if I'm not mistaken. But so does that mean a guy like Girl Talk, Gus, as long as he doesn't have more than an 8-second clip, is totally legal to sell his stuff?
No, because then you're selling it.
I guess.
God, you wonder how
it's
that
different.
guy.
If you're broadcasting it, you're selling it, really. You're selling it to advertisers.
I have thought before that when I've looked at some of these rights spreadsheets where these are the rights that we have to clear, I've thought, it might just be easier just to put this stuff in there and then just pay the fine when it comes up. It might actually be an easier process to do that.
I just want to see the Girl Talk guy use video instead of audio. I just want to see take a bunch of TV shows, just create a new TV show.
Fans have done that on YouTube. If you look up any of his songs on YouTube, they have where they use the actual video for that portion of the song.
Is it any good?
Not as cool as you'd think.
It does not sound very good.
No.
Let me see
Not
if-
as good as the song.
Let me see if I understand what you're saying. You're saying people are putting stuff they don't own the copyright to on YouTube?
They are.
Oh,
But
wow.
it's just not as clever as his music.
Blew my mind.
They're not
It's funny,
they don't edit as well as
And
he does.
we're living in an age right now where it's completely culturally acceptable to steal stuff. basically,
speaking of-
right?
speaking
Even
of
you
which-
saying the word steal I have to react to that in some way because there's a lot of people who don't consider it stealing.
The other day I was driving. I think I told Burnie this story. The other day I was driving into the office and I was listening to the radio and there was some morning talk show and the DJ was like, "Yeah, I was going to buy that song on iTunes and use it here on the show, but those guys over there, the so-and-so guys, got mad at me. They told me not to buy stuff on iTunes for us to use anymore, that I should just go to YouTube and get it like that for free."
What?
Yeah, and I was like, God, this guy's on the fucking radio
It's like
doing a morning show.
Morning zoo kind of thing?
Yeah, it was like one of the local
Lord.
things. I was like, God damn it, I can't believe he's saying that.
Can we just take his morning show and rebroadcast it under our podcast? I don't know if our guys.
And then he was looking for something on YouTube. He's like, "Oh, they took it down. I can't believe they took it down. Why would they ever take anything down from YouTube?" I was like, God damn it.
I remember one time I was in a thread on Dig, and it was about one of these BitTorrent sites and how wrong the RIAA was. And someone in the thread said, "Hey, you stole my link. You're a power user or whatever, and you took my link, you son of a bitch." And everyone was digging this guy, going, "How can this guy take your link?" and all that. It's like, do you guys not see the irony of this? Here, it's just a link that you made. You didn't even make the article. You just linked to it, and this guy stole your link, and yet you're all discussing that.
That's like back in the day when that kid posted how we met Luke, kind of. That kid posted all of Luke's images, drawn images in his profile, and you went to him and they were, oh, these are really cool, these are great. And he's like, thanks, strung us along, never told us that he didn't make it, and finally you were like, did you actually draw these? And he goes, oh, no, I found them, but if you use them, I want credit for it. Like,
Yeah.
I found them in another user's image profile.
I was trying to, Luke had drawn, this is before we knew Luke, he had drawn images of the characters, and they were really cool because he drew Griff as fat, and he drew Sarge as short. He took information from the lines and did these really cool character designs of the RVB characters. And I saw them all over the site because people kept rehosting them, and I finally found one kid, like you said, that had all of them. And I said, hey, these are really great. Can we put these on the front page? He goes, yes. He goes, but I want to make sure that I get the proper credit for it. Here's my name, and here's where I want to be credited. And on a hunch, I said, well, you made these, right? He goes, no, I didn't make them, but I deserve credit for finding them. That was his thing. I'll get right on that.
He wants his finder's fee.
I'll get right on that.
What a fucking jackass.
But then I met Luke. I finally, I met Luke, and now we work with Luke. So that was pretty cool.
It's a good thing we don't work with that other guy. He'd be subcontracting all his work out to Luke on the side.
Yeah,
We'd
right.
never know.
He'd just be going to Luke's image gallery. Sorry, guys, can't work today. That guy in Canada hasn't put out anything new yet.
So it's good to have you back, Burnie. You missed last week.
I did miss last week, and I mean that sincerely. I missed you guys.
Did you? Really?
I really did miss you guys.
We had a good time making Jack never want to be on the podcast again.
So the question is, who are you going to get angry at this week, Gus? Because you've been getting too angry.
No.
lately.
Well, people have been making me angry.
No. That's not the way it works.
we got a good crew. We got a good crew this week.
You get angry. People don't make you angry.
No. I don't get angry. Anger is thrust upon me.
In other words, Gus knows he can't outpunch anybody in the room right now.
You think you can take Jack in a fight?
No.
I wouldn't go down that road.
No, I don't think so.
He's a big guy.
I don't think I could take anyone in a fight.
Oh, you could fight the British kids.
Yeah, you could.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I mean, that doesn't count.
Yeah.
That goes without
They're
saying.
not even human.
If you can get past Gavino's hair, that's really the main thing.
They're like shaved rats, basically.
But no, there's no way I would ever even think about trying to fight Jack.
I was in Seattle for a week working on a commercial that should be out very soon, and I had a great time. I very rarely work on the commercials, and this was one that I wanted to work on. And it was an absolute blast.
Well, I think you did an excellent job.
Well, thank you. And when it's on TV, maybe we can talk about it a little bit more.
That sounds awesome.
Of course.
And I also want to give a nice shout out. We went out to dinner in Seattle, and a fan bought us dinner, unbeknownst to us. Just recognized us and paid for our dinner. Me and Matt and one of the guys we were working with, and that was very, very, very cool. And I want to say thank you to whomever did that. Is that right?
Did you ever find out who it was?
No, we did. We actually met him afterwards.
But you're not allowed to talk about it?
But I still want to say thank you to the guy for doing it.
But you can't say his name.
I guess I could say his name.
That doesn't matter, does it?
Yeah.
You already said what city it was in and everything, right?
It's not a secret.
Now I'm curious.
I just want to say thank you to that person.
All right. Well, your thanks is acknowledged.
That kind of stuff happens more over there than it does here.
Okay, it was Obama.
Okay.
I didn't want to get embarrassed, but he saw us there, and he's a huge Caboose fan, actually. Joel, believe it or not, yeah.
Well,
It's blue figures.
blue. Yeah.
No, it's just there were guys that were working there actually,
Ah, okay.
and they were very cool.
That's very cool.
So, and there's the one thing I like is free food.
And basically everybody at this particular, they all have a PhD, right?
What at the
restaurant?
At the McDonald's?
It's a high class fucking.
I thought for a second we could talk about the developer, but we probably can't talk about that either, can we?
Oh, you mean the place where we went? No, yeah, that was a fun environment to be into. This game development companies are fun to walk into because they're people from such diverse backgrounds.
And the
they're
best
just very
thing
talented
about
people.
them is they have a place in Oldsville where it's like a hallway, and it's just like a hallway of chocolate bars and refrigerators full of Coke and just garbage as far as the eye can see.
Yeah, the stock snack area.
Yeah, I think I've never eaten as poorly as I have when working on commercials and visiting game developers. Invariably, they all have.
And when you mean poorly, you mean
Gus and I used to do commercials in Santa Monica. This is back when we were doing some of the EA stuff, like the Madden stuff. And they would have a girl who would bring a tray around with gummy bears on it and like peanuts. And she'd be like, "Licorice? Would you like a Twizzler?" It's like every 20 minutes.
She sounds like the most beautiful person in the entire world.
She was very beautiful.
But all those game development companies all have, multiple kitchens just stocked with all the junk food and crap you want to eat and sodas.
Well, it's not all junk food because there is a company that I think survives just on those contracts. I've never seen a Talking Rain drink anywhere else but in a video game or a commercial studio, like any kind of like professional production we've been to. They'll have this Talking Rain sparkling water. Never seen it anywhere else. Have you guys?
Mm-mm.
You know what I'm talking about, though, right?
No, I don't think I know that.
Oh, you don't? I'll show you the can. You will recognize the can for sure.
Okay.
I'm probably not even remembering it right. Talking Rain.
Gus and I had a similar experience when we were at PAX. We went out to lunch with our friend Lori. And,
we went out to Liquid Lunch.
Liquid Lunch, yeah. A little glug glug yum yum. And we were sitting at this bar eating, and some guy walked by, looked at us, did a double take, walked as fast as he could to the other side of the room, and Gus and I weren't paying attention. And then Lori goes, I think that guy is taking pictures of him from behind a tree. And we looked, and there was like a planter, and he'd walked behind the planter and like parted it like a nerdy paparazzi and had his tiny little camera phone and was taking pictures of us through the leaves of the bush.
We waved him over, like, you want to take a picture with us?
It was so surreal, bizarre.
It was
very strange.
Really weird.
Okay, Jeff, I'm going to show you a picture of this.
Okay, I want to see it.
What? See if you recognize that.
Yeah, I recognize the Talking Rain. I don't know that I've ever seen it on those trips.
I'm just going to say yes because I don't want us to start a fight.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Talking Rain. We're all friends.
Everybody's got them.
I noticed that you guys would avoid the water part of the refrigerator when you go in there. You look for beer, and then if you don't see beer, it's straight to like double Joel's Cola or something like that.
They always have beer.
Yeah, they usually do.
Invariably.
The commercial places have beer. The studios have beer, and the development places usually don't have beer. That's what I find.
They wheel it out in the afternoons.
They do. They have. It's the 5 o'clock is wine and cheese hour.
No, that's the production place.
Yeah.
Has everyone in this room seen Zombieland?
No.
I have.
Gus, you haven't?
No. Only you and Burnie have.
I heard you didn't like it, and I expected you not to like it. But I have a question for you, Joel.
Yes.
Because in the tenure of our relationship, I don't know that I've ever seen you like a movie.
No, it's rare.
What was it? Do you remember the last movie you liked? Was it like Sophie's Choice or Reds or
Joel? I think Joel.
I was going to guess Terms of Endearment.
Terms of Endearment.
I would say that Joel tends to like movies less the more that other people like them.
You think so?
As they grow in popularity, then Joel's like, this is unacceptable.
Not at all.
I don't know that I've gotten that impression.
Utterly
from
ridiculous. Utterly ridiculous.
Well, what's a movie you like then?
You ever complimented an actor in front of Joel?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
a funny process.
But like I've seen quite a few movies with Joel, and like the first thing that happens when we walk out of the theater is Joel goes, "What was that?
What did I see?
What?" That's it. What was the? Do you remember the last movie you liked that you saw in the theater?
No, I know there must be something.
Was it a Chaplin film?
Oh God.
So is this your way of saying you didn't like Zombieland?
No, I didn't. I was under-impressed by it, yeah.
Do you agree with my criticism that there are no zombies in Zombieland?
The middle part of the movie, like there's the first part of the movie, there's the end part of the movie.
The first part being the credits.
Yeah, I guess. Then there's the middle chunk where it's like, is this what happened to the zombie movie?
Right.
You know, there's no zombie movie. It's like just a formulaic whatever. Where I don't want to ruin stuff for people.
Okay, so it's a formulaic whatever with stuff.
It's got a beginning, middle, and end part. And there are credits.
It's like, I guess you can cut all this out. The
movie's been out for a month.
Why would we do that, Joel?
You came out with a great idea where it's like, if you have a zombie movie, how awesome would it be if you were to get like a big name actor,
right?
Like an A-list actor, to just be a zombie.
I was very
Tom Cruise
upset.
Or Tom Hanks. It was like, and
Specifically,
just a zombie, just a faceless zombie. That would be hysterical, right?
How cool would it be to find a celebrity zombie? Because there would be
That
celebrity
would be
zombies.
fantastic. And then they start indicating that in the movie, and it's like someone indicated that to me, and I thought, oh, at least that should be interesting. At least, I mean, it's disappointing they already had the idea, but whatever. And it wasn't even that. It's fucking a guy. It's. I'm getting the volume levels.
He's
anger.
upset.
It's not even that. It's like an actor he's pretending to be a zombie.
A celebrity who survives and he's pretending to be a zombie.
Yeah, I know the bit.
And
but it's so funny. But it was funny. The bits with him were kind of funny in there.
No,
didn't like it. Like it. Yeah, we wrote that zombie thing where we were going to try to get a celebrity to play a zombie, but actually a celebrity zombie. The guys tried to take pictures with it and stuff like that. So, which is kind of like, it's a reminder of the way the world used to be and things we found important, and they clearly wouldn't find that important, yet they still do because they're guys. That was the point of the thing that I want to do. And then of course, like every idea now, if you think of it, you better make it as fast as you possibly can because somebody else will make it.
How hard would it be to like convince like a A-list major actor to like just be a zombie? It would be impossible, right?
It would be hard. Apparently, this thing it's Bill Murray, okay, who's in Zombieland. I think everyone who's going to see Zombieland has seen it by now.
Probably.
Yeah. And Bill Murray, and from what I understand, they got him at the very last minute, and they didn't know it was going to be him, and they wrote everything for him. and they shot all of his stuff in, I think, 2 days.
That's the one thing. Someone pointed out to me, I guess Jack pointed out to me, that they made the movie for $12 million. I give them credit. It seems like the movie was made for a lot more than $12 million.
I don't think that's the official number. I think that's what people are saying. Officially on books, I think it's $23 million.
It looked, if someone would have told me it was a 50, maybe not 50 million, but in that neighborhood, I would have bought it. I would have believed it.
They did some stuff like, the thing they did well, I don't think they did the zombie well, but they did the land well. The land part of it, where they just cleared everything out. It was like there was no one around. There's a scene with, what's his name, Jesse Eisenberg? Is that his name?
Yeah.
Is that the name of the kid? Who answers that eternal question? Hey, what do we do if we can't get Michael Cera for our movie?
We can't afford Michael Cera.
What do we do? The answer is Jesse Eisenberg. They had a scene with him and Woody Harrelson where they meet, and they're on a freeway where everything's wrecked. Like, there's a bus, and I think there's even a jetliner on the freeway.
Yeah.
And they did a great job of having a cleared-out highway, which is what you would expect.
Didn't they film, like, in Kentucky or something? I don't imagine it'd be that hard.
I believe they filmed in Georgia.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right. It was Georgia. Hey, that reminds me. I just saw this morning. I was going to tell you. The Austin Film Festival is going to show premiere Youth in Revolt. I know you were interested in seeing that movie.
Dude, that looks awesome.
Yeah. It's a good book.
That looks really awesome. I went and saw Where the Wild Things Are, and I will try to keep this spoiler-free because I know a lot of people haven't had a chance.
You didn't like it.
I didn't like it. I didn't like it.
Surprise of the century.
Why? Why would I? Do I not like movies?
You generally don't, but then as time goes on, you like them more.
Well, that is true.
It seems like as time goes on, movies grow on you.
That is true.
And I guess maybe as you mull them over, you like them more.
Or I can come out of a movie and like it, and it'll be amped up, and like that was a cool movie like Transformers or Clone Wars. And then over time go, what was the point of that movie?
You did that once in a spectacular way where we went and left work to go see episode 2 together.
Clone Wars, yeah.
Me, you, and Ajax. And you walked out of the movie and went, that was awesome. And by the time we got back to the office, which was 4 miles away, you were like, that movie sucked.
Yeah.
It was really bizarre how quickly it happened.
You know, my opinion of movies is very dynamic.
Sure.
I think everybody's is, and I think so much like expectation going into it is so like important. And if all of your friends think it's the greatest movie in the world, and you go in there, it's okay, then the movie sucks. Everyone's like, this movie sucks, it's okay, it's great.
Yeah, expectation definitely plays a huge part in it.
I think.
Well, I took my kid to see Wild Things, and it's all emo and depressing.
Well, did your kid like it?
Yeah, I mean, I was telling Matt, when I went and saw Star Wars as a kid, I didn't know until I was 13 or 14 that R2-D2 had the plans for the Death Star. I just thought I just thought the bad guys were chasing the good guys. I missed that plot element entirely.
So you didn't like that it was like a melancholy movie?
No.
Because it looked totally melancholy in the trailers.
It's hard to explain, but the main Wild Thing, the one voiced by James Gandolfini, is like a drunken stepfather. He's like a psychotic person, manic depressive. And it's just hard to put up with. At the end of it, you don't understand what the point of it was. He's just, all these people are like, don't make him mad, don't try to appease him. And at first you think he's friendly, and then he's odd, and everything's just super odd in that movie. And it's hard to explain, but I don't know. At the end of it, it's just nonsensical.
How long was it?
Like 2 hours.
Oh wow, that seems pretty long.
From a technical level, it was awesome. There's not a moment that those things are on screen that you don't believe they're real. Not a moment.
That's cool.
Yeah, I mean they are really, really well done. In fact, I don't know what the combination of CG and puppetry was, but whatever it was perfect.
And yet, like here we have Avatar coming up. It's like, how do we go backwards? I don't know.
Well, I don't want to speak too ill of Avatar because we actually haven't seen it yet. But I mean, based on the trailer, I agree with you.
I mean, like, are the visual effects going to change in the movie versus the trailer?
Sure, absolutely.
I've seen that before.
Absolutely.
Or maybe,
really?
or maybe
Spider-Man.
Yeah, Spider-Man.
Spider-Man had a totally different, looked totally different in the movie than the trailer. The trailer was embarrassing, and we were all laughing about how bad it was. And they rushed to get the trailer out, and it wasn't done.
Also, seeing the trailer is also kind of out of context, if that makes sense.
I agree with that.
It may make more sense, once you're actually watching the movie.
I guess, but my main complaint was just looking at the characters.
I agree. I'm just trying to play the other side here.
The other thing I read is that from the people that saw the 15 minutes of it is that the movie was designed for the IMAX, and you have to see it in that experience to actually see all the detail and for it to look correct. I know Bernie disagrees with that, but that's what they're saying.
Man, we need to make a soundboard. We have some fucking hotkey sounds here.
Time will tell.
Yeah, that's crazy. That sounds like a Harry Knowles, with all due respect, Harry Knowles Ain't It Cool News review. That you have to be in the right time frame and the right state of mind to appreciate the movie.
Your glucose level has to be at exactly.
I guess. I don't know.
Oh, well, on a brighter note, I finished Uncharted 2 this week.
Hold on, I just wanted to say one more thing about James Cameron before we get to that. Great game, by the way. But the reason why I'm not going to bash Avatar is because I very clearly remember before Titanic came out how this was going to sink James Cameron. Yeah. This was going to be his Titanic, and that it was no one was going to see this movie. He built this enormous set, and it was going to be garbage. And it was a great movie, and it was the most successful movie of all time.
How could you build half a freaking boat in Mexico and like have it have the capability of sinking repeatedly and have that look bad?
Well, I mean, here's the deal. He made all that stuff, and it sounds great. But then the thing people don't understand was he made it like at 90% scale.
Yeah.
And that's what had people scratching their head, like, why the fuck would you go through all that trouble and then not make it 100% scale?
And he talked about that, and it made sense when he talked about it, because that extra 10% was a lot more money, and 90% was clearly good enough.
It seems like you could gain that 10% on the lens anyway, right?
God. Sure, yeah.
But you know, you're right. James Cameron does not make bad movies.
So
far.
Right. So stick with it.
Yeah, stick with it.
Yeah, have a little faith.
I mean, have some faith. The dude has never steered us wrong.
Yep. I think other people are probably building it up more for him than he's doing it himself.
Sure.
I mean, I haven't seen any advertising for Avatar Review.
Comic-Con,
that was it.
Yeah, and it's coming out in like a month and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Most movies that are that close, we're getting bombarded.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So I will go see it and keep my expectations low. So maybe I'll be set up for a nice walk out of the movie and love it, and get home and I hate it. Kind of experience.
Maybe you'll boomerang back around to liking it by the time you get home. You live kind of far from the theater.
Maybe so.
But like I was saying, I finished Uncharted 2 this week. And I think it's the first time I'm talking about a PlayStation 3 game on the podcast.
Uh-oh.
It was really good.
I think we have to give a shout-out to Jeff and Gus for the great Achievement Hunter Saw video. And I think what was so good about that is I think you could literally take that audio and just go ahead and apply it to a different game. Like, you could put that on the Uncharted thing. It's going to work fine.
I have not seen the Saw video, but I've heard clips of it. It sounds very funny.
It was a featured video on YouTube.
It's still a featured video on YouTube right now. Has nothing to do with that game.
Fantastic video, though.
I do want to play Saw now, though. So.
Can I say that I've been thoroughly enjoying your Achievement Hunter videos, Gus, and I'm happy to have them.
Thanks. It's been a lot of fun doing these Uncharted ones.
What's next on your plate?
I don't know, actually.
I tried to buy Borderlands for you this morning.
Yeah, I'll try Borderlands. I think someone's already working on that, though, so I'm going to see what else is out there.
Can I bitch for a second about that?
Borderlands?
No, well, not the game itself, but I went to a video game store this morning. I don't want to name any names.
Not name names.
It was Game Crazy. And I walked in, and there are no less than 30 copies of Borderlands on the counter behind him. And I go, hey, I'd like to pick up a copy of Borderlands. He goes, what platform? And I go, 360. He goes, yeah, I can't sell it to you. And I go, why? There's like a fucking mountain of the games behind you. And I know Borderlands is not that big of a hit, you know? And he goes, yeah, pre-orders. And I go, so those are all pre-ordered? I find that hard to believe. And he's like, I can't sell for 3 days. I was like,
wow.
Okay. Do you realize...
Is the pre-order business that big?
I don't think so.
Here's the rub.
And here's the rub is, and I know this guy makes like $8 an hour and doesn't give a fuck, you know, and it's just his job. I'm not going to get mad at him, but I'm like, you do realize that I'm just going to go get in my car and drive literally across the interstate to Best Buy and buy it. I'm certainly not going to wait to play the game for 3 days and then come back to see if you have copies that you're allowed to sell.
Right.
I'm just going to go somewhere else.
Yeah, I've really soured on the whole like buying games at game stores because of that. And like you said, there's that Best Buy that's close to both of our houses, and I walk in there. And I'm like, do you have this game? They're like, yeah, it's not out yet. It's in the back. Let me go grab it for you.
They have never not had a game I've looked for. Also Target, same thing.
Yeah.
You know, the game companies have got to be easier on them about that, because the most expensive part of making game is not manufacturing the discs and the case. That is not the expensive part.
Right.
So they've got to make it easier on stores to return product, and that be okay.
Yeah.
You know? And I guess they just make it hard, so these Game Stops and Game Crazies have to go through this crazy pre-inventory crap.
It's like the time that you tried to buy a Wii, and they had Wiis at the store, and they said, we literally can't sell them till Sunday. The Wii had been out for a month at that time.
Oh, right.
But for some reason, they said, yeah, they don't. Corporate doesn't want us to put them on the shelves.
Yeah,
till
they
Sunday.
probably had an ad or a circular that was going to come
That's
out
exactly
or was
right.
promoting some sale.
It was for a holiday weekend sale. That's right. I'd forgotten about that.
It's so frustrating.
And I don't want to go back to the store, and I'd forgotten that they'd done that to me.
And I encounter that more at game stores than anywhere else. It's just really
every
bizarre.
every time I've encountered that problem, I just feel like so burned. Exactly what you're saying. It's like I just don't ever want to come back to this place.
It is super convenient for me to go to that Game Crazy, and now I just don't want to go there because it's. I just know I got to fight with the person to buy the game.
I don't like going there because every time, the 2 times I've ever bought a game at that same Game Crazy, like I have to fight them to not get like the disc refinishing service or whatever bullshit that they sell warranty for the game.
And then I read that they're closing 160 stores across the U.S.
Game
and it's
Crazy?
like well, I wonder why. You won't sell shit to your customers.
You're paralyzing your inventory for the $5 pre-order fee.
Right, exactly.
It's like they're trying so hard to battle the oncoming threat. It's like they have all these weird, the pre-order and this, that, and the other thing.
You talking about digital delivery or?
Yeah, and
That's a long way off,
the
I think.
CEO.
You're crazy.
Listen to this. The CEO,
You're mentally impaired if you think it's a long way off.
The CEO of Netflix came out last week and said that the DVD is going to be dead in 2 years.
In 2 years? That's pretty fast.
I don't know if it's true, but this is obviously somebody who is.
I saw an ad actually on TV last night for Netflix where they're normally they used to have ads that promoted like $15 a month, all the DVDs you can watch, 3 DVDs at a time or whatever, right? They used to have that commercial. The commercial I saw last night was Netflix, $9 a month. Stream any movie you want, or stream all the videos you want. Like they're no longer pushing the DVD through mail option.
Do you guys get the feeling that Netflix streaming thing is temporary? Like in a year from now, we won't have that anymore.
No.
I don't know why I feel that that's the case.
If you feel, I wonder if it's just because they're having to deal with the.
Nobody's caught up yet. Like, hey, they're streaming all these things. They're not even buying the DVDs anymore. They're just streaming copies of the movie.
Well, they get paid. They get paid licensing for.
Do you know
streams.
that?
I'm pretty sure. I read
You
an article
think
about
they
it.
get paid per play?
I think they get paid like a yearly fee for being in the service.
That would make sense to me.
Well, I find it interesting that stuff goes on and off that service. I find that very interesting.
That's true. I had Matilda in the queue for Millie, and it disappeared for like a month, and then it came back in.
And I think we've talked about this before. I think we've all noticed a decline in the quality of the titles that have become available on Netflix streaming.
I disagreed, and I said I see more selection.
Yeah,
see
now
more?
Lost just showed up.
Yeah,
I think Stars Play is saving that stuff.
Yeah,
but-
I feel like I see more big stuff showing up now than I used to, but it's still not as complete, of course, as a whole, like the DVD selection.
But it kind of ties into everything that's going on in this country right now, where we take simple things like finance and we make them needlessly complex.
Like a credit card agreement statement.
Exactly, like a simple loan or something of that nature. When you have a retail store, you have a product, you sell the product. That just makes sense on a fundamental level. You can explain it to a child, and it makes sense. If you explain why the item is sitting behind the counter and they can't sell it until a certain date or until certain people who have a $5 contract on that item and their option expires, then we can buy it. It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
You remember the time that Jeff and I, the first time we put out DVDs for Red vs. Blue, and we're about to come out with a DVD for the shorts and a DVD for Recreation. We're working on those right now.
Yeah.
But Season 1 and Season 2, we shipped out of my living room and your living room.
Yeah.
And we had to buy. Do you remember what the stamps were that we had to go out and buy?
It was. I remember the Foxes were the $1.
The Foxes and the Edna Ferbers.
Ferbers were the big one. They were 83-cent stamps and then 2 22-cent stamps.
Yeah.
And those were the green Jefferson ones.
Oh, I thought they were Washington.
Oh, they're Washington.
They were Washington.
I can't tell the difference between those guys when they're in profile. I really can't. So I had to go. We would go buy these 83-cent stamps, which were pretty rare to find. So we'd go to post offices and say, "We will buy all of your 83-cent stamps." And it was amazing the reaction that we got to, "I want to buy your stamps."
Yeah.
They would say, "How many do you need?" And I say, "I just need all of them. I'll buy every 83-cent stamp you have." And they say, "Well, you can't just say all of them. I need to know how many you need." I say, "Okay, I need 1,000." And they'd say, "I only have 30. It's like, "I'll buy 30 then. I will buy every 83-cent stamp you have." So the guy would give me one sheet. He goes, "I can only sell you one sheet." And there'd be 2 other sheets there sitting there. I said, "No, I want to buy all of them. I want to buy those 2 sheets as well." And he'd say, "I can't do that because if I sell you all my 83-cent stamps and then someone comes in later and says I need 83-cent stamps, I won't be able to sell it to him." I go, "I'm that guy. I'm standing right here. You're telling me you can't sell it to me. You're guaranteed you're going to tell that to somebody, and that person is me, and you're going to tell me you can't sell it to me? That some imaginary person might come in? You might have this conversation?" That's unbelievable.
In the back of his mind, he knows there's like some sort of FEMA situation that's going to arise between the moment, and there's somehow an 83-cent stamp is going to come into play. That's going to be.
That's how they seal the coffins, you know.
That's right.
83-cent stamps.
83-cent stamps.
And a stamp is the best thing too. A stamp is like a pre-order coupon. The post office doesn't make their money from shipping packages. They make their money from selling stamps. So if you used to buy a sheet of stamps and lose it, they make the same. They make more money because they don't have to service it.
It's like a fucking gift card.
That's why they fucking encourage stamp collecting.
I bet they started that. Do you
Yeah,
think
you
they
know
started
that?
that?
Of course they did.
Of course they started.
Of course they did.
Stamp collecting.
I'm
Fucking retarded.
I'm still not sure like why a government agency is like like you see like the Tour de France or whatever, and they're sponsoring. It's like why?
It's pseudo government. It's not really. It's weird. It's complicated.
Yeah. I don't think government agencies can sponsor a Tour de France team. I still want to know how they do that.
Well, that's what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
If you're a government, don't sponsor stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, if this is theoretical, tax dollars. I don't want to. I don't know.
Or they issue a Bugs Bunny stamp. That seems kind of strange,
Yeah.
How come we can't get a red versus blue stamp, right?
We should get on that.
We should.
We should get Caboose on the -1 cent stamp.
Didn't they have a print your own stamp at one point? Didn't they have that?
Oh, I think they do. I think you can buy like that shit at Office Depot or something, right? Like it's like the stamps.com, whatever, like little barcode goes on it, and you can print whatever picture you want.
Can you really? I thought you could just print your own denomination. I didn't realize you could print your own picture.
I think there's some you can print your own picture too.
So you could print like a dick on a stamp.
Yeah, I guess you could.
Fucking boner stamps. That sounds awesome.
I love that was the first thing you went to.
Well, it always is.
Sloppy pussy.
Exactly, 'cause you want to. Would this be a self-adhesive stamp? I hope so. But wasn't there a thing with it where they had maybe they were going to vote on a new stamp and like Charles Manson won, or people were trying to print Charles Manson stamps?
Is that really?
I seem to remember that. I'm probably misremembering.
I do not remember that.
This is like 10 years ago when companies were just figuring out the dynamic IT environment, and the public was way ahead of them, and everything became a prank on some big corporation, like Michael Vick Bulldog jerseys. Have you seen those?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you can print an NFL jersey for your dog.
That was they had that in the New York Times like a month ago or something. They had a big ad, and it was like they had a dog wearing a jersey, and it was Vic. And it was like, have you guys done any of your research at all?
Or when you could get the Michael Vick jersey that said Sanchez.
Was it Ron Mexico?
Ron Mexico. It said Mexico.
You might have to qualify that.
There was a. Have we talked about this? Oh, okay, whatever. There was I guess Ron Mexico was the pseudonym he used when he went to the clinic to get treated for herpes.
Well, that was allegedly.
Allegedly.
That's a big time. I think that came up in court where somebody sued him.
So for a while you could buy them from NFL.com. You get number 7 Atlanta Falcon jerseys with Mexico on the back. But then they stopped allowing you to do that.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yet another huge scandal that just kind of went away. The Ron Mexico, Michael Vick thing.
It got eclipsed by a slightly bigger one. I can't seem to remember it right now. But I think Michael Vick did something else.
Chew on it for a while. You'll remember.
I'll sniff it out eventually.
Did you hear? Okay.
Don't bark up the wrong tree.
And cut. Have you guys been paying attention at all to the whole Jay Leno in primetime?
No. Is that still on?
He has essentially driven the NBC primetime lineup into the dumper. Now, the big deal is now I hear that local news stations are not getting any ratings on NBC, and they're losing all of their revenue from commercials they would normally be able to sell on their late night news. And that it's dismal. It's dismal.
Why do you think that is? Because he was so successful. Is it just the time slot? Is the time slot the star?
I think it's people don't want to see variety shows.
I would agree with Gus, and I'm happy to hear that, actually.
Yeah.
God, I mean, does anyone remember the 60s and the 70s? People hated that shit. That shit went away.
Well, what I hope is that...
Hey, don't talk shit about the Mandrell sisters, all right?
Maybe they'll pay closer attention to this and say, why do people watch Leno or Letterman? Because you're choosing between Leno or Letterman.
Sure.
And then occasionally they have tried to put news on. Like, didn't Dan Rather have something on ABC that was going to go up against Leno and Letterman?
Well, no, I mean, they've had
Nightline forever.
Yeah.
Ted Koppel.
And, it's just when those are your choices, when there's no narrative choice, you have to choose between one of those.
Sure.
So I think what this says is if people have a choice between story or variety, they're going to go for the story part.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully it'll put the brakes on this whole thing of we can put a show up as long as it's cheap enough, we can make money from it.
That's the thing. The thing that makes entertainment in the United States and the world really is production value. That's what makes it.
Yep.
Yeah, and we're the only place that can produce it because we got the abundance of money or whatever, and it's like...
And the resources, yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of NBC, was I dreaming, or did I read a story that said Comcast was thinking about buying NBC?
I've heard that. I heard.
Can you buy NBC? They're part of Universal.
Yeah, I heard. What was his name? Murdoch was. I could be wrong. Could be totally shot in the dark around CNBC, where he was maybe making a bid for it, but who knows?
Yeah, I thought I heard Comcast, which seems fucking bizarre to me, wanted to buy them, but they had to get like a 20% stake away from Vivendi.
That's got to be a whole mess.
Well, if you get Vivendi out, then Vivendi loses Universal. That would affect games too.
Yeah, so I have no idea.
Well, I mean, Marvel got bought up by Disney. There's consolidation.
That makes sense. A little bit to me. That does make sense.
Oh, it makes total sense because especially right now with like prices of company being depressed as they
are. Yeah, but Comcast is, a data provider.
Well, no, they actually own networks as well. Comcast owns E and they own G4.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, they do own that. I learned that on my last trip out to LA.
This is the thing with Leno. It's like you basically have NBC or whoever trying to come up with more and more entertainment cheaper and cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. And it's I don't know.
Great point.
Seeing less narratives in any other form of entertainment other than narratives.
The Comcast Entertainment Group includes E, Entertainment Television, Style, FearNet, I don't know what that is, and then G4 as well. So a lot of lifestyle channels in there. I don't know how NBC would particularly fit into that, but I don't know. The weird thing I find is how much the networks change places just in the course of my lifetime. In my lifetime, NBC went from being bottom of the barrel to being an unstoppable juggernaut.
Yep.
Thursday night on NBC, you just couldn't compete with that. If you got a show on Thursday night on NBC, you were made for life. And now it's back to being, CBS has somehow taken the lead again. I guess when Survivor came out, CBS suddenly took off because they discovered the reality television.
Yeah, they have Survivor and The Amazing Race too, right?
Didn't they have Big Brother?
Yeah, Big Brother. Amazing Race, I think, is still a pretty big cash cow for them. I was reading about something about that the other day.
We should go on that show.
You want to?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's make a video.
Okay.
So what would be cool, what I think would be very cool is if networks look at this and they say, hey, clearly when we put variety television up against cool narratives, which are the late night narratives beat the shit out of the variety stuff. So maybe we can extrapolate this up above even further and have, for what would be on our times on 10:30, have a 10:30 narrative that's maybe a little bit closer to, say, the Showtime and HBO style.
You know what they could do?
Sure.
Is they could split it. They could have like a first half that's before the local news and then another half after local news. I mean, how else do you ensure your local affiliates like that?
That's a long block of programming.
Well, you can make it a half an hour in front, half an hour at the end.
But there'd be like pressure to interject like plot lines through the news.
You're like, get over with the fucking weather. I don't care.
Well, what I saw them do, I think they tested those waters a couple of years ago because I remember for a while there was like a neutered version of Sex and the City that showed on one of the big three after like 11 on some nights.
Yeah, but it always matters what time zone too, because it's weird to us here that Letterman comes on at 11:30.
Yeah,
I hear that on the East Coast. Where does it come on in California, Joel?
No, it comes on at 10:30 for us, right?
Right,
for us.
11:30 East Coast, and I think West Coast matches the East Coast time, right?
Yes.
So 11:30 is on 11:30. That seems odd. That seems very late to me. That's when Conan comes on for us.
At this point, I'm so dizzy I can't tell what.
Not Conan. Jimmy Fallon now comes on for us.
Unless you live in Houston. In which case, Conan came on at fucking midnight.
Yeah, they boycotted Conan to late night. But when that chick the other day on Saturday Night Live, when she said the F-bomb on the air live, there was no fine because they were in safe harbor. Yeah. So why can't some of these networks start doing stuff like HBO is doing and Showtime?
It's definitely opened up a little bit, but yeah. It'd be great to see them take more chances.
You know what you don't see very often? You don't see shows graduating from the lower networks to the higher networks. And by that I mean Battlestar Galactica was a huge hit on Sci-Fi Network. And there was never any talk of it coming up to NBC at any point in time because it's in that same group of family, that family of channels, I should say. And I wonder why that is.
Well, they probably want to use it, from their perspective, they probably want to use it to push viewers out to Sci-Fi, to the smaller network.
So you're saying if it works where it is, leave it there, right?
Yeah, leave it there, and then draw the audience out over there.
What an interesting concept. Maybe they should have done that with Leno. And now Conan's Letterman's just a juggernaut right now because of his scandal he's got going on.
His convenient scandals.
But he was already beating Conan before that.
Yeah, he was.
I don't really care much about this stuff. I never watch. Do you ever watch those shows?
I don't have TV.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have TV, yet if we ask you about The Office, you've seen every episode.
Well,
I mean, quit using I don't have TV as an excuse, because obviously you can watch TV.
I can watch what's on Hulu.
I don't even
right?
Exactly.
I don't even watch TV.
But I don't. Can I watch Letterman on? It's not on Hulu.
Well, that's my point. You don't go looking for it either.
No,
I think you can watch it on CBS.
The only shows I watch are 30 Rock and The Office.
Gus watches it. Gus watches like Letterman and.
Yeah, I always have it on. Like normally when I'm playing WoW, I just have the TV on.
I would watch it. I'd watch it in the background if it was readily available. But I'm not going to go. Like you're right. I'm not going to go out of my way for it. If I have to search it out, it's not going to happen.
What you're pointing at me?
Because I heard that you are currently trying to infect Jack with the WoW virus.
No, he infected himself. He wanted to know what it was about. I sent him a 10-day trial, and he liked it.
That's infecting people with stuff.
He approached me. He can stop whenever he wants.
Oh no!
Give him the first bit for free, and then he starts paying.
I showed him all about add-ons. I showed him Auctioneer yesterday.
No,
He's in.
Listen, Jack's a very hardworking, noble guy. If there's any girls out there, a guy with no girlfriend should not be playing WoW. I'm just going to say that right now.
He's already at like level 22 or so, I think.
Wow, level 22. Awesome. What is he playing?
Mage.
Is anyone in this room not going to play the new Star Wars?
Old Republic?
Yeah, when it comes out.
Of course we will.
I probably won't. I've been meaning to play Aeon, and I haven't played it yet.
But I don't play those games at all, and I'm considering playing them.
Old Republic might not have a Mac counterpart.
That sucks.
What?
So I mean, that's something to be aware of.
What? How can that be?
I won't play it then.
Most MMOs are like that.
I thought it's changed.
Most everything is like that. I mean, how is that
Yeah,
new?
it used to be like that. I mean, there's. Oh God, I'm astonished.
Why are you upset?
Because I'm buying Macs.
Are you going to buy a Mac?
Yeah.
Really?
You can always boot camp and play it on the other side.
Nah. Keep your computer for your work.
I've been a PC person my whole life, and
you're Microsoft certified, right?
Yeah, that's so dumb, but I am. But God knows how. But yeah, the next computer I'm getting is going to be a Mac. I think.
Are you Microsoft certified? Yes.
No.
We're probably not anymore. Joel, you're probably not anymore, though,
no,
right?
I'm sure. Well, I'm certified in NT Server 4.0, which is like 8 million years ago.
The only certification I ever got was for like Solaris 8 something administration. I don't even fucking remember.
That I went in to go see if I could get Microsoft certified. I went in to take the test so I would know what to study for, and I passed the test with the score, the exact score you need to pass. Just going in blind and taking it. And that's how I got Microsoft certified.
Those are tough tests. Those are tough tests.
Well, my logic was I knew a lot about Windows already. Let's just go in and see. And
let's find out for sure. You know what you guys were telling me about Bing.com?
Yeah.
Which is like, and now I think the greatest thing on the internet now is internet sites that fill out fields for you on other internet sites.
Yep.
Yeah, you're talking about like the Bing.com travel section, right?
Right. It's fantastic.
It's great. I used it. I think I talked about it before.
And I love the idea of out there of all those internet sites that are like they don't work and the thing that and there's a pain in the ass to fill out just being usurped by other internet sites who are just going to fill out the forms for me.
To fill out the form more efficiently.
Love it.
I like my favorite part about Bing is the daily picture. I go just to look at the picture.
Really?
Click on it. Yeah, I love it. I click on it, and there's like it tells me little bits of information about like Thailand or like some sort of a caterpillar. And
I
think it's awesome.
I only go there if I'm going to like book travel, and obviously I haven't done that since PAX.
No, I go there pretty regularly to see what the daily photo is.
I like the fact that there's a travel site that doesn't force me to book through the travel site,
right?
Like Expedia and Travelocity. I find it odd too. Isn't Expedia Microsoft? I thought it was.
I don't know.
I think it is.
So it doesn't seem to be a major function on Bing's travel is Expedia. It's not one of the main ones that pushes you through.
It doesn't? I thought it pushed you through Orbitz, Travelocity, and Expedia.
It's got a checkbox for it, but it's not the level of integration I would have expected.
Oh, I see.
So, yeah. But it's nice. I've booked through Hotels.com and I've booked through Travelocity, and those are great, especially if you want to find a last-minute good deal. They're not so great if you ever have travel that needs to be flexible in any way.
Right.
There's nothing worse than talking to an airline person, working out your ticket, and then saying, I can't change this. You have to call Travelocity and have them change it. And then you might as well just,
You may as well just start walking back to wherever you need to go.
You probably should.
You'll get there just as fast.
You should work on growing wings at that point. Get yourself there.
Yeah, that's the worst. I hate booking through those third-party sites just for that reason.
Expedia is the first checkbox on Bing. I just checked.
Oh.
Well, there you go.
And Booking Buddy. Never heard of that.
Booking Buddy.
Travelocity is not an option.
Huh. They couldn't pay enough money to license the gnome.
I can just feel you guys how can I digest this information faster?
Well, Borderlands is coming out today, and I'm really excited to play this game. I feel like it's a game I didn't hear a lot about, I think, until right around PAX time.
Yeah, well, you and I checked it out at PAX at that Microsoft event.
Yeah, and I
saw it. It was pretty cool.
It seems like an interesting hybrid. It seems like the kind of game that I will want to play the shit out of.
It's getting some pretty good reviews too.
Oh, is it? I haven't even seen any of them yet.
Yeah, I mean it's they haven't been like stellar, but the reviews have been pretty good and good enough to certainly want to play it. And hopefully someday we'll be able to leave and go to Best Buy and pick it up.
I saw one of the TV commercials. I liked it.
Did you really?
Yeah, I thought it was well done.
Okay.
I don't know. You probably haven't seen it.
I don't think I have.
I don't think they have it on Hulu.
No. You guys are talking about Borderlands here?
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like a real game to me.
Really?
It doesn't seem like a real release to me. I don't know why.
I think it's a bigger release than I thought it was going to be. They did midnight launches at like 1,300 GameStops last night for it. Yeah.
I really didn't think it was going to be that big.
I didn't either. Apparently, this is a AAA title that was just under our radar.
Yeah. Somehow we haven't been talking about it in the office, and I don't know why. I mean, I don't know anything about it. It seems kind of cool.
Yeah.
What I've heard about it, but yeah, it doesn't seem like it's been on the radar around here for whatever reason.
Sony. This is not available on 360?
Yeah, it's 360.
Oh, is it? I don't know.
I think it's on
Gearbox
both
game.
platforms, right?
Yeah,
360 and PS3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's 3 actually big games coming out this week. 2 of them are nowhere on my radar. I don't think anybody else in the offices. SmackDown versus Raw. Those games always sell like 2 million copies. And FIFA 10, which supposedly is the fastest selling EA Sports game of all time.
Yeah, well, I bet that probably sells a little more overseas than it does here.
Yeah, for sure.
I saw a TV commercial for Cabela's hunting video game.
Cabela puts out 2 games a year.
Do they have a budget for TV commercials?
I guess so.
Or, like that's crazy to me.
Dude, that Cabela's in Buda is supposed to be the second largest tourist spot in Texas.
You know,
tourist spot?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
They say it brings like 3.5 million tourists a year.
I don't know if you know this, Joel, but the last 2 Cabela's games that have come out have coincidentally come out on the same day as Halo game launches.
Yep.
The last Cabela's game came out the same day as ODST, and the previous Cabela's game came out the same day as Halo 3.
And the Mega 64 guys did 2 very funny videos about that.
I'll make sure to link it.
What is the deal with that?
I was going to say, it sounds like somebody's getting their news from Mega 64. That's interesting.
Yeah, totally stolen from Mega 64 videos.
Who knew that Mega 64 would be a reliable source for video game news? Who knew?
In the future, all news is going to be in the form of entertainment. So.
It'll be in the form of a 3-minute skit.
Yep.
So this is going to be more of a visual thing, but I still want to show it to you anyway, and you can link it in the linked up. But I was showing this to Jeff the other day. It's a picture of a dude from Germany who is
so weird.
arm wrestling champion of Germany. He's a skinny little dude. He essentially just works out one arm.
It's creepy.
God, he looks like I can't.
His forearm looks swollen, like he got bit by a bee.
He looks like a fiddler crab.
Are we allowed to talk about?
He looks like the Charger.
Yeah.
He does look kind of like the Charger. Yeah.
I should. You and I should do that, Jeff. You should work out your left arm. I'll work out my right arm.
Okay.
We have the best high fives ever.
That is freaky.
That's pretty freaky. Well, he's got a reason for it though. He's an arm wrestling champion.
I guess so.
Can you imagine being on the other side of that dude and trying to pick a fight with him at a bar and be like, "What the fuck's wrong with you, buddy?" And then he turns around with his giant arm, fucking clocks you in the face
with his Hellboy arm, dude. I wonder if he watched that episode of The Simpsons and became inspired.
Why does he have the wristbands on the non-big arm?
I have no idea. Probably to remind him that it's there.
To cut off the blood, to keep the blood flowing, pull over to the big arm.
I wonder if he naturally tilts. Like, one side is a lot heavier than the other side, right? That's got to be weird.
No, I'm sure he would adjust to that.
I don't know.
I'm sure he can get by.
Might have some lower back pain.
Yeah.
I mean, just working out would be odd. It's, gonna do my curls again. Or is it just curl? I mean, it's really strange. I wonder if how far into his back would that go? And his chest. I mean, it's not just the arm. You can't do that.
Dude, somebody needs to tell that guy to stop it. That's crazy.
The thing I don't understand is, you can work out both arms in conjunction at the same time, so why not? Why focus on one arm?
Right?
What's he doing with his other arm is he, doing taxes with his other arm while he's working out? Why can't he do both?
His forearm on his right arm is 18 inches around.
Ugh.
I think mine's 4.
I think your thigh is maybe 18 inches. And that's his forearm. So it's crazy, really crazy.
Wow.
Speaking of another visual thing, we hadn't seen the drunkest guy ever try to buy beer by last podcast.
No, I don't think we had seen that.
That might be the best video I've ever seen on the internet. You should link that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That guy's got to be sick.
That's
I saw the video. There's something wrong with that guy.
Like I wondered that the first time I saw it. I was like, is this guy really drunk, or is he having seizures on the floor, like unable to stand up?
Like he's going into a diabetic coma or something like that.
Dude, that guy's mastery of gravity is exceptional.
It looked like someone had like an invisible force keeping him down or something like that, or he looked like the original Star Trek.
I think he had an invisible force keeping him up when he was like walking, and his head's like all the way back, and I don't know how that dude was walking.
It doesn't look possible. It's like Michael Jackson in that video.
When he leans forward?
Yeah.
Yeah, they had help with that.
And they didn't do it.
That was depressing to find that out, by the way.
I think we lamented that in a previous podcast.
Yeah.
I think so.
What were you talking about?
In the Moonwalker.
You know when they lean forward in the, what song?
Smooth Criminal?
Thank you, Smooth Criminal. When he does that big long lean forward, and it's, wow, how'd they do that? They have pegs in the floor, and they put their shoes in the pegs.
Well, when they did the video, they did it with cables, and they painted the cables out.
But for the show, the stage show, they have
pegs. You
guys
were lamenting?
I thought it was real growing up.
As a kid, I thought it was real, too.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
The dude could do a moonwalk. Why couldn't he lean forward a lot?
No, I mean, that's,
It just sucks that to find out that something you thought was,
he also
real and very cool.
He also
as
probably
a
had
kid.
sex with lots of kids.
Well, allegedly.
Allegedly.
It's like when you first find out that Randy Johnson's really a Yeti. The same thing. He kind of takes it off. You thought he was a regular person. Nope.
What if Randy Johnson had one giant arm like that dude?
Sasquatch. He probably does, but you just can't tell, because his arms aren't close enough together to get any kind of frame of reference. Such a huge man. What's he doing now? Is he still pitching? He's long gone,
I think
right?
he has like a car dealership in Arizona or something, right?
So what are you doing this weekend, Gus?
What am I doing this weekend? Oh, I don't know.
Aside from making a DVD, what are you doing this weekend?
I have no idea, actually. Hopefully we'll play some Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, I don't know. We're supposed to play tonight, but I have a feeling that's not
We're
gonna
supposed to play
happen.
tonight?
It's Tuesday. We play on Tuesdays.
Huh, no one told me about that.
Every Tuesday we play.
How do you, when someone doesn't show up for D&D, what happens?
They don't get XP.
So you have a party of, say, 4 people, and then suddenly you're only 3 people for a little while, and then you're back to 4 people?
Yeah.
Or that
person's
person's like on autopilot. Like everyone will kind of communally run him and do what they think that person would have done.
The DM will roll for him and stuff. Or he just stays in the vehicle.
Why don't you just play WoW? I mean, why not?
Totally different experience.
Okay.
It's pretty different.
And it's also free.
After you buy the
the
hundreds
stuff.
of dollars worth of books and dice and miniatures.
Yeah, but I bought that shit 10 years ago or whatever.
Yeah,
it's a one-time fee.
You don't include the computer in the cost of your WoW playing.
Yeah, it's true.
I use a computer for other stuff, too.
I use my 20-sided die all the time. Just for the hell of it.
So he's figuring out his budget.
Sure. Yeah, just roll 20s. Just for the fuck of it.
Why not?
Why not, indeed?
Apple introduced a new mouse today, among other things, but I think the only thing that affects us would be the mouse.
The Magic Mouse? Is that what it's called?
Hey, yes, have you seen it?
No.
Yeah, I saw it allows like a multi-touch gesturing on the mouse.
It doesn't have a button, right, or something like that? Has one
I thought it
button?
had one button.
I'm not sure I don't trust something that doesn't have a button. I'm not sure.
Everything in your life has to have a button.
I don't trust anything with a button. Yeah, it has multi-touch. Like, you can scroll and, scroll up.
You can scroll and you can scroll.
Pretty much scrolling is what you're going to be doing. I don't know if there's anything else you need to do on a mouse.
Sounds fascinating.
They've integrated. My laptop has pinch zoom on it, and I think this thing has pinch zoom as well. That's the most useless function of all time. Pinch zoom. Yeah, I even hate it on my iPhone. I always do the double tap to zoom in because the pinch zoom. Something about that. It's just. It's fake. It's fake.
What they need is a function on the iPhone that when the screen decides for whatever reason it's going to turn sideways on you, they need a function for it to go back to normal, because God freaking knows that trying to twist the phone or shake the phone or whatever, it will not go back to normal.
Why are you
Am
shaking
I the
your
only
phone?
one?
I'm gonna show you a little trick, Joel. When you turn it sideways like this,
It's called a 90-degree turn.
I'll tell you what, my
back up.
iPhone worked fine until like 2 weeks ago when I tried to get the upgrade.
So you started shaking it?
Thing fucking worked. Fucking sense. It's driving me crazy.
So, Joel, let me see if I'm getting this straight. You're having a technical problem with some piece of technology that you own?
God.
I find that hard to believe. Joel hates the cleaning ladies now.
I know.
Because the cleaning ladies dismantle his equipment every time they come in, supposedly.
The cleaning ladies are awesome.
The cleaning ladies are great. They're super nice, too.
Well, it's hard to believe anyone coming within like a 5-foot radius of my desk not accidentally somehow unplugging something or other that takes 4 hours to try and figure out what's unplugged from.
Are we talking about the switcher box
board.
that's conveniently located at your foot that magically gets kicked?
Man, that splitter, goddamn. Anytime Joel has a problem, it's like the first thing I always look at is the splitter still on?
The funny thing was, you were not here one morning. The morning you came in, I was under his desk because Joel had a problem with his computer and it wouldn't get video. And so I got under there and was checking all the cables. I go, what is this huge splitter thing that's on here? And Joel, that's a thing. I don't know what that is. And I'm under there for about 10 minutes trying to route all the cables to figure out what's wrong. Jeff walks in, sees me under the desk, and just immediately says, check the power on the splitter. He probably kicked it out again. And sure enough, that's exactly what it was. Jeff was there half a second and knew what the problem was.
More complex than this.
It's exactly what it was.
Well, there was a reboot involved after that.
We plugged it in and restarted the computer, and that was it.
More complex than what you're making it to be.
We have another splitter now. We should find a way to integrate that down there.
No, please stop. Please stop. God, it's terrible.
There's also I just got my Gav left, and I got my computer back.
Congratulations.
From Gavin. Thank you very much. So now I have my workstation back. I was here the entire time that Gavin was here. I don't remember people needing the computer constantly when Gavin was here. I don't remember that. And then as soon as I get my computer back, everyone's on my computer doing stuff.
You looked so down. I had to leave the office for a little while this morning. You weren't here yet. And when I was leaving, Matt was sitting himself down at your computer to work. And when I came in, you were just sitting on the sofa and looked so downtrodden waiting for Matt to get up. And the second Matt gets up, you go sit down on your computer and you go, hey, let's set up a shot. And Gus goes, podcast.
Yeah.
Get up.
No, Gus came in to do an Achievement Hunter video. That was before.
Yeah.
Now this is the podcast to do it. So somehow, I mean, Gavin did have to get up to do the podcast. That's the one thing. But
Yeah.
I don't remember Matt. And the problem that I have is that when people use my computer, they just rearrange stuff for no reason. We have a new guy who just started working in the office. First day here. His first day in the office. I'm at my computer trying to filter lines for the episode we were putting out last night. I could not hit the RAID. I couldn't hit the RAID. I kept asking Gus, did you change something on the RAID? What's going on? I can't connect to the RAID. I got to get this done. Can't get to the RAID. Somebody help me. What's going on? Finally, he says, oh, I took your network cable. First day. I've been here 6 hours.
It's part of the indoctrination you don't know about.
It's in the processing.
When we worked at the Buda office, Matt had his own computer right next to mine. Matt would dismantle all my cables, and he would say, I was testing something. And apparently he was testing my patience, is what he's testing. Because I would come in, everything would be dismantled.
Well, you bring it on yourself sometimes. Didn't you play a practical joke on him yesterday?
I did. Did you hear what I did?
Yeah, I heard.
Matt was wearing a hoodie, and we have a cat here that Matt hates. And so I put a bunch of catnip in Matt's hood in his hoodie while he was at his desk. And Brandon took a picture of it. The cat is all over him. The cat wouldn't leave him alone. It was like on his shoulders. It was chewing on his head. He's like, what is wrong with this? What is wrong with this cat?
In Matt's defense, he swears he doesn't hate the cat. He just hates everything the cat stands for.
Whatever that cat stands for. He hates the idea of the cat.
Oh man!
And now I have to find a new home for the cat. I really do have to find a home for him. So
Maybe
if anybody lives in Austin, and
if a listener wants him, we can ship him. Right?
He is the greatest cat in the universe. Which maybe we should give him away in a contest.
No. I'm going to try to find him a home with someone I know. But he really
we
is.
know everybody on the site, and everyone on the site loves us. And
we
loves
are
the
like
cat.
a big extended family.
We are like a big extended family. We should give the cat away.
You can FedEx a cat, right?
oh yeah, for sure.
No, I love that cat.
He
The cat's
is-
not leaving Austin.
He's the greatest cat ever.
I want visitation rights for Joe.
A very sweet cat.
He's awesome. Why don't you take him? You need another cat.
I have 2 cats.
Yeah, but
and a daughter.
what's a third cat?
A third more trouble in my life.
I'll kill one of the first 2 cats. I'll make you a deal.
I
right
appreciate the offer.
I'll make you a deal. We're like strangers on the train. You kill my dog, and I'll kill your cat.
Just get rid of Isaac.
No way, dude. Isaac's the best cat ever. I love that cat.
No,
That cat's fucking awesome.
no,
Why don't you take Joe,
no.
Gus?
I don't want him.
Come on, he's a good cat. I think Nathan's brother's going to take him.
I hope so.
I hope so.
Especially after seeing what he does to that corner of the couch, there's no way I'm taking that cat.
He does shed a lot.
God, the cat is a shedding machine.
He makes me wonder how he has hair left. Maybe he's going like bald. That'd be
Cat
great.
bald.
That'd be great to have a cat with a receding hairline. Would that work at the back, or would they just go from the front like a person? We got a bald spot.
I don't know. Why is that though? Like, I have 2 cats that don't shed at all, ever.
You just don't see it.
I guess.
Joe has white hair in addition to his orange hair. and sits on a black couch all day.
Yeah, that's the thing about Joey's. He's got like 2 spots in the office, so like he really concentrates. Where he drops his hair. I'm sitting on it right now.
Plus, he sleeps about 18 hours a day.
Yeah, it's a pretty stressful life.
It is a stressful life to be a cat. Maybe we should give him his own internet
Got
site.
people hiding your catnip in other people's clothes.
That was great.
Got to work to get it out.
Matt was perplexed.
What time did you do that?
It was late. It was like 11 o'clock at night.
Oh, okay.
I was bored. Late night in the office doing production, and I thought I could. Matt's here working hard. I think I'll sabotage him. How about that? That sounds like fun.
This is just like he used to do to you back in the beauty office.
Bernie would come in, he'd be so mad, he would walk over to Matt's desk and just unplug every wire and cable.
You did that not too long ago here in Austin.
Let's see how you like it. Unplug. And, no, I actually had great vindication because at the end of the whole thing, Matt realized that he was taking screenshots, which he was doing for the cover of the DVD. He was taking screenshots on a profile called Butthole69 that Gav had set up. And if you take screenshots on a non-live enabled profile, you have no way to get the screenshots. You can't push them through the web and pull them down. So Matt had to go and make Butthole69, have it join live, and make a new account. Surprisingly, Butthole69 was not an available gamer tag. Go figure.
Do we have to beep that out now so people don't fucking find it and look through his BungieNet profile?
Well, no. It's a different name.
Yeah,
no, it's a
we had to
different
change it because Butthole69 was not available.
Like all the profiles in this office from now on should be like Princess Happy Time or whatever. So anything other than Butthole or whatever, because it's like those are all taken. They're all taken.
Well, also it would get deleted immediately. It'd get pulled down.
You know what though? He's talking about something Gus and I talked about today. Gus and I have decided when it comes to grammar, fuck it, we don't care anymore.
Yeah, why do I have to spell right? I saw someone misspell
You guys-
something on the internet and it set me off, and I'm like, why am I the only one still spelling things correctly?
Why are we making the effort?
Why am I the one that stands out now because I do things right? I'm just going to conform. Fuck it, I give up.
You won't make it.
That's it.
I got him mad.
I'm just going to start mashing the keyboard. Like, hopefully the sentiment comes across if I just start pounding the keyboard. People will understand what I'm trying to say because it'll probably be spelled just about as well.
Well, if they see it's coming from you, I'm sure they know what the sentiment's going to be.
I gotta say, man, on our raid, there's a folder called Calendar, and Calendar is spelled D-A-R at the end. And I have not tried to out the person who did that, but somebody put Calendar.
Well, there's not very many people who would work on the calendar.
I can think of one person who might have worked on the calendar who is notoriously a great speller already.
Yeah, we have. Yeah, it's a symptom of the times, right?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
We need a spell check at the door, I think. It'd be great if you had like a detector that went off when you came in. I know you're about to spell something incorrectly.
That's like, I wonder, like, okay, so I'm thinking about this, right? Obviously, there's spell check in a lot of places now. Obviously, like, you're typing a document.
It's everywhere.
There's a spell checker. But the one exception you just pointed out is, like, if you make a folder.
Right.
Like, there's no way to do that. Could you make, like, a little USB device you could plug into your keyboard, and it would let you know always if you were misspelling something, like a little red light comes
Or
on?
how about if everything you wanted to
What would they do, Gus?
Electric shock.
What would that matter? They have it on their screen underlined in red when they post stuff on the web.
Yeah, but when making a folder in their
how
operating
about
system.
How about a device that requires you to spell the thing you're trying to use accurately before you can use it? Like you have to spell door, D-O-R, before you can open the door.
Oh, I see.
If you spell D-O-R, you can't get in.
What I think
I see what you're saying,
Like
Bernie.
scribble knots.
What it was
Yeah.
that set you off, right, was because somebody put some time and effort into this particular piece of whatever, and it was like a photo with a thing and had things. It's like, and it had one word in it that was like a key word, and it's like, why would you go to the effort of making all of this put together?
They
or whatever?
were making one of those fake motivational posters.
Right.
Those are always fucked up.
Yeah, those are always spelled wrong. Why?
Not only are they spelled wrong, they're always spelled wrong. They don't get the joke. Right?
and most of the time, there is no joke. There's nothing there.
It's the most misunderstood meme in the history of the internet, I think. It drives me nuts.
They should just write picture, then sometimes it would be, these are words.
Yeah, exactly.
It is funny how like certain things, it's just like there's no end. There's no end to that.
No.
No, it's bottomless. It's bottomless.
That and cats.
See, before the internet, we were not exposed to other people's writing. Because people didn't write stuff. You didn't get letters from people.
Yeah, you had pen pals and stuff, didn't you?
Pen pal? Did you have a pen pal?
When I was a kid, sure.
I never had pen pal. My parents didn't write to their pen pals in the kitchen all day long.
No?
No, did your parents, did they write letters all day?
I think my mom wrote a lot of letters to her friends.
They did bills and stuff, but I just don't think people wrote on personal correspondence as much as they do now.
People wrote a lot. Well, I think they physically wrote a lot more back then. I mean, like, my mom would sit down and write a letter to her friend Kathy, for instance, or, to keep in touch with people. We moved around a lot, too, though.
Instead of calling?
Yeah, writing a letter is like a stamp. Calling's expensive.
That is true. Calling used to be a lot more expensive than it is now.
It's not like it is now, yeah.
USB prank device will make your office mates hate you. Have you seen this?
No.
Actually, I did see that. That's why I said the USB device that flashes when you misspell stuff.
That's what made me think of it when you said that. I guess I have the same brain wavelength. It's really weird. It's a USB. I would use this on you, so you'd be glad I'm talking about it, because I would definitely buy this and use it on your computer. You plug it into a USB port, and you set the time delay, and you say, do you want to affect the keyboard? Do you want to affect the mouse and the caps lock? And at random intervals, it'll turn your caps lock on and off.
And unplug your switcher.
And then make your keyboard... Yeah, exactly right. It just tests things on your computer. And then makes your mouse move around the screen at random intervals without your control.
That's fucking brilliant.
It says that the things it won't do is it won't autosave, like it won't Control S, and it won't hit the Enter key.
And it won't hit the Enter key. That makes sense.
Yeah.
We'll do mouse clicks. Probably not.
I don't think so, no.
Nothing, no damage.
Right, nothing that can't be undone.
Right.
At first it sounds funny, but then I would just assume I had a virus.
Yeah.
I mean,
what does it cost?
I don't know what it costs. It's available from Thumbs Up UK, so it's going to have some kind of currency that I'm not familiar with, I'm sure.
Sure.
The euro pound or something.
The L dollar sign.
It is out of stock, so no price.
Wow, there you
Out
go.
of stock.
Dangerous. But the suggested retail price is £19.99.
That seems like a lot of money.
It does seem like a lot of money.
$35?
Yeah, those little things I bought to annoy Jeff during our contest that would beep in his house randomly, which, by the way, I like physical better than electronic any day of the week.
Sure.
And the things that I would set around Jeff's house that would beep at random intervals, so he would go crazy from the beeping, those cost me, I think, $7.50.
That was money well spent.
There were that device. There were a couple different settings, like a couple different noises it can make, and there was one that was like super high pitched.
That was the $10 one.
My wife cannot hear that.
That's interesting. That cricket?
She cannot hear that super high pitched one. Like I showed it to her one day. I was up here and I showed it to her. She's like, "What does it do?" I was like, "That noise. It just made that noise." She's like, "What noise?" Didn't hear it.
We talked about this a long time ago, how like teenagers can hear certain sound waves and adults can't or whatever. And weird.
They have things to...
How old is your wife?
50.
Well, they have a higher range of frequency than older people do. Younger people can hear a higher frequency. In fact, they have deterrents, teenager deterrents. Have you seen these?
Right.
They're called mosquitoes. Is that right?
I think that's what they're called. Yeah.
And they would put loudspeakers up outside of places that teenagers loiter, and they would play the sound and drive away the teenagers.
It's like they do that with birds at Whole Foods. That's fucking awesome.
I remember being a teenager and trying to go to a convenience store, and there would be signs that would say, "No more than 2 teenagers in the store at any time," or 2 students. Did you guys have stuff like that where you were?
I don't
remember that. Or like, leave your backpack at the door or whatever.
There would be signs that would say like "no loafing and loitering," but no.
No loafing.
Yeah.
Are you not thinking of Homestar Runner? Maybe.
No. It was like that. They were all over South Carolina.
No loafing. Wow.
Yeah.
Loafing.
I'm not sure.
That's a Homestar Runner thing, right?
Well, loafing's a word, but
but they have the no loafing sign.
Do they? Maybe that's where they get it from. Maybe it's a Southern thing.
Wow.
I did grow up in Alabama and Florida.
Wow.
Loafing was so official that it could be on a sign.
Yeah.
They sell on the site the keychain device, the fob that you can use to turn off any television set.
Mm-hmm.
Motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Those videos where people are watching a soccer game or something, and some guy will be outside the pub and turn it off, and the whole bar freaks out. So funny. That's such a riot. If somebody did that, I would want to throw him into
until
the
that
street.
guy gets fucking soccer hooligan.
Did you ever see when Gizmodo did that?
Yeah, that's
at the fucking CES.
Yep. That people were giving presentations, that their livelihood depends on. Mm-hmm. This jackass shows up and shuts off his monitor while he's giving a presentation like 50 people.
That is not fucking cool.
Who showed me the reality show from Japan? I can't remember what it was, where the guy gets kicked in the face.
Kicked in the face. I showed you the one where they make the dude think that everyone around him is getting shot.
He goes.
I haven't seen that. You told me about that.
It's very funny.
God, that sounds great.
There's a sniper.
That game show, by the way, is called Panic Face King.
Panic.
They want to see the scaredest face they can.
Face King.
I tried to look up a thing you guys showed me years ago, which was a game show where they would go into Japanese people's bedrooms while they were sleeping and they would wheel in a gigantic cannon and fire the cannon. Do you remember this?
Yes.
I couldn't find a clip of it anywhere. I mean, can you imagine being sound asleep?
Somebody, yes. I remember. I think I saw this, and where they took one of the dude's beds and put it on a dock where he was sleeping, like next to water, and then shot the cannon off. And he woke up, and then fell into the lake.
Dude, the Japanese are light years ahead of us in entertainment.
I didn't see that one.
I don't understand. Like you look at their culture. You know, it's like they're like subdued, and like they pee sitting down, and then they're quiet. You know, it's like, and then they have these game shows that are just like, what in the
pee sitting down. They pee sitting down.
Where do you get your cultural knowledge from?
I got to give you some background on that. I was explaining to Joel how the toilets in Japan are different, and there's some where you like.
I know what you're talking about.
You squat. Yeah. It's not a toilet like you're used to here in the United States.
There's probably more of those in the world than toilets like we have.
Right.
Yeah. That's the entire Middle East is like that.
That must be a thing in the culture to not sue, because if we did half the stuff in their game shows over here, everybody would sue.
Yeah, like the ones where like the people are walking down up that narrow alley and they'll throw a giant boulder at them and they gotta run away.
Some businessmen walking down the street. And they'll get hit and get knocked over.
Yeah, or then like all of a sudden like a crowd of 100 people will run at them. Screaming. And they start running away.
Screaming and yelling.
I guess that's how all the Jackass guys get away with that stuff, filming over there.
Well, what about the one where there was some where they had a porta potty too, and people would go in to use the porta potty, and then the porta potty's roof would open, and it would elevate them naked up, like an elevator would lift them up, so suddenly they're out in the open, up above everyone else, completely naked, using the toilet. What the hell is that?
This is gonna be a fun link. This is gonna be a real fun link dump to put together. I'm gonna love finding all these videos.
Gus is gonna be laughing his ass off.
No, I know.
What was about the one that you showed on the side of the ski slope where they go into the room and they sit down and shoot?
I'm the only one who liked that. Those guys didn't think
I just thought the setup was way too long, but it's funny for a guy to get propelled down a mountain. I mean, that is...
the guys, I guess, are like at a sauna or something at a ski resort. And they go in, they like sit down in a recliner, and they're drinking tea. Then all of a sudden, the wall falls down, and the rockets ignite under their chair, and it shoots them down the ski slope.
God, are you gonna be able to cut all
it's
this?
Actually,
are you gonna be able to edit all this?
Yeah.
It's funnier. It's funnier to describe than it is to watch for some reason. I don't know what it is.
It's
that video just fell flat for me.
Two cool things happened in that space though this week that I'm very happy about. Did you guys see the video from the prank show where the guy walked up in some kind of promenade and put a plastic bag over another guy's head as a prank and then ran away? And nobody understood what was happening, and he runs by a dude.
This is what I was talking about.
Who did a roundhouse and took him out.
Yeah.
Really?
The guy's running full speed, and this guy does like a back roundhouse, catches the guy in the chin with his foot, and he's out like a light.
Wow, no, I did not see that.
And like, finally that happened to somebody. Some prank show, somebody got it back. Because nobody knew what was going on. And they thought the guy was being attacked. And then the other one is, of course, this balloon kid, where they pulled this hoax. All these people are out. You know, the rescue teams are out spending money, disrupting other people's lives.
No, I called it.
Yeah, Gus called it. I was actually upset. Like, I was watching CNN all that day, terrified for that kid.
I didn't know about it. I came back and asked Geoff, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Oh, this balloon. This kid's in the balloon." He explained it to me. I was like, "All right, well, it's a hoax." I said, "The kid's not in there." I said, "The kid's in a box at his house."
Yeah.
Wait, you got to set this up because I don't know what you guys are talking about.
How can you not know about the balloon kid?
I don't know about the balloon kid.
It's like the biggest. It's all there is on the news right now.
All right, well, explain it to me.
All right. Last Thursday, this family in Colorado called the police because they had this giant weather balloon in their backyard that looked like a UFO, and they said their 6-year-old son crawled into it, and the balloon took off. And went to 8,000 feet in the air and started drifting away.
So what happened was...
wait a minute. And this family, this is not the first time they've been on TV, right?
They were on Wife Swap.
What the fuck is going on?
Yeah, well, here's what it all boils down to is that cops and EMS and all kinds of people were out trying to find this kid, because then there was a story that maybe he was not in the balloon, he was in a box under the balloon, and that they saw something fall from the balloon. And so everybody thought that this poor kid fell 7,000 feet, to a horrible death, or that he was just scared shitless hanging out in this balloon. And so they're chasing the balloon down and putting all the...
They had to close Denver International Airport.
Yeah, they're putting all these resources towards finding the balloon and then the box, and it's come out, supposedly, that it was all a hoax perpetrated by the dad who was trying to get a TV series about science and was going to use the publicity to do a mad science kind of show. And now he's being criminally investigated, and the feds are... I just read this morning the feds are involved. So
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because we're all sick of stupid, attention-whoring people.
Yeah.
Here's the guy who, it looks like, has done it on now a criminal level.
Yeah.
So I think everyone is, thank God somebody did this on a level that we can throw a book at somebody for being attention whoring and being a fucking jackass.
It's unbelievable.
God, I'd be pissed if like my flight was delayed over nothing. You know?
Dude, no kidding. It's fucking horrible.
You can tell we spent too much time in airports because that's like the thing that I keyed out. It was like, someone had to miss their flight. God,
I was so worried for that poor kid.
I know. I even called you as soon as I found out.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, so
I wanted it to be a hoax. I wanted it to be a kid who let the balloon go and got scared and hid under a bed or something.
Right.
You know, but still, as a parent, you're just like, that's a fucking terrifying idea.
Well, the problem is not that the kid is safe. The problem is that the parents are letting other people put themselves in danger.
Yep.
And not telling people if they knew about it.
Absolutely.
Just to get more attention so that they can get a reality show. Mm-hmm. What the fuck? And involving your kids in that, man. You know, I mean, if that's what took place, I hope the guy goes to jail. My wife was saying, well, if this guy goes to jail, then the kids won't have a father around. It's like,
the kids don't have a father around.
Yeah, if that's the case. Yeah. How is not every parent is a good influence?
Maybe we could get a reality show about a dude in prison.
Yeah, there you go. Right? Good Lord, give me a break.
We could call it Balloon Dad Gets Balloon Raped.
Nice.
It's a workable title.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we could play around with it.
I wonder where they got the balloon. Looked like the Flight of the Navigator ship.
They built it, I think. It was like a family project. Supposedly the guy's like really big into like fringe science and had been like doing a lot of wacky experiments and shit.
Yeah.
And,
okay, give me over under. Is he going to get a show off this?
No way. No, I don't think so. I think there'll be too much.
You might be surprised.
Too many bad feelings about it.
You might be surprised. Somebody might come up with a show where bad things happen to this guy. You know,
I don't know.
You never know.
A guy like that's probably so sick for attention and fame that he would take any kind of show, even if it was ultimately disparaging towards him. Right?
We watched just the other day a video on the web where a dude's for another television show stood in front of a tennis ball launcher.
Oh yeah. Just to get on TV,
aimed at his crotch
for science.
They said that they fired a tennis ball at him at 50 miles an hour. So they could film it hitting his crotch in slow motion.
So they could test his fucking heart rate.
Yeah.
So they could test his heart rate.
To see if he got up to 180 beats per minute. Guess what? He did. He was at 140 before they pulled the trigger. Good Lord.
So dumb. Some people do anything to be on TV.
Yeah, I guess so. But involving your kids is a totally different level.
Yep.
You know, it's just odd. You want to prank your wife? That's fine. There's that couple that's on break that constantly just pranks each other. I don't even know if it's real or not.
Those guys are heroes.
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
I don't care. It's funny. Did your wife, when you walk around the house, did your wife get scared? Do you find you startle your wife a lot?
No.
I think it's pretty easy to hear me coming. I think that, if I'm walking down the hall, you know it's Burnie coming, or you can hear me. I don't sneak up on you. I actually do it to you guys a lot. Try to sneak up on you. My wife, I scare the shit out of her unintentionally about 4 times a day.
Really?
Yeah, she must be deaf.
Just like nervous, I guess.
I don't know. I just walk up and I say, "Do we have any?" And she immediately starts screaming at the top of her lungs because she said I snuck up on her to scare her.
No, my wife, it's like the opposite. It's like, "Hey, honey, please, I'm talking. Just can you look at me? Can you pay attention to me for 2 seconds? I just need to ask you a question."
Oh, would she get involved with stuff?
She's busy doing important shit that is more important than me.
Hyper focus.
Yeah. She's making a puppet or fucking cutting something or gluing something.
What did I hear about you having a troupe of puppeteers that live at your house now?
They don't live at my house, but they used to meet. Not anymore, but for the summer, they met one night a week to do a puppet workshop in my studio.
And there might be like an international puppeteer living at your house or something.
Yeah, they're working on some program with the city where there's going to be like a puppet swap, and they want to host the puppeteer at our house and pay us for it. So I'd be willing to do that for some money.
Puppet swap.
Puppet swap. It sounds dirtier than it is.
Yeah, it does.
We have very different lives.
You and I? Yeah.
Very.
I said one night a week. It started as one night a week, but as they got closer to their show, they were here like 7 days a week at my house.
That's living in your house. That's what I said.
They didn't spend the night.
That's how they started.
Yeah.
They don't live in my house, so they're 7 days a week just eating food.
No, they would always, to their credit, they always brought tons of beer. I didn't have to buy a beer for the last like 4 months.
God, that's awesome.
Yeah. They would keep the little mini fridge in the studio stocked.
I just want to say, you can't come to my house and do that. I'll buy my own beer. I don't want people at my house 7 days a week.
Yeah, that's why we got the office in Buda, right?
That's true, because we were at your house 7 days a week.
Well, that was sometimes when we work late, in this like week before we're making a DVD, it's always very late hours because we're just very finite amount of work we have to get done, so let's just get it done as quickly as possible and get the DVD out as soon as we possibly can, right? So we have very long hours, and these are the days when my wife will sometimes say to me, I haven't seen you in 3 or 4 days. You're gone when I wake up, and you're not home by the time I fall asleep. And I have to remind her that we were all in our house for a year and a half making Red vs. Blue, and she kicked us the hell out. She said, you got to get out of here.
It's true.
I was just not being there. I was surprised at how tolerant. I was like, how could she deal with that?
Well, Jack was very young. He was almost a year at that point. A year old, yeah.
So that seems like it would make it a lot harder, even.
No, I think it was a nice break to not be there with a kid all day. Because I think when you stay at home.
See, the thing is, I'm not for her or for you. See, I'm talking about her, not you.
When you're home with a kid all day, just with a kid, that kind of changes your frame of reference.
Okay.
And I don't think you've done that in your life, Joel, have you? But I've seen it happen with a lot of people. It's like you just clamor for any kind of adult conversation where everything's not, ooh, look, pink, and things like that. So.
Mm-hmm. That sounds awesome.
But I can tell you a story about the longest, the long hours that we've kept with Red vs. Blue. The strangest story I've ever had like that. Have you ever had a period where you've been home and you feel like you're not in sync with your own house, kind of a thing, Jeff, where you've worked such long hours?
I don't. Maybe, I don't know. Nothing comes to mind. But I mean, I've definitely had some weird times.
After season 1, when we would stay up all night Thursday night, essentially, for a year straight, and I felt like I got so out of sync with the world that nothing mattered. And we were going to the Lincoln Center to premiere season 2, and I was working on that, and my wife comes in, and she says, it's after midnight. And I said, okay. She goes, it's after midnight. And I go, baby, it's after midnight. Okay, I work after midnight all the time. I go, what's the big deal? Why it's after midnight? And she says, Happy New Year. And walked out. I was like, oh, shit. So I had to shut off my computer and go spend some time with my wife. I was like, wow, I worked through the New Year. I didn't know it was New Year's.
Wow, that is that is out of sync.
That was fucking weird. That was really, really weird.
You know what? I couldn't. You know what must have been the hardest part is if you're staying up all night, and I can't remember like a Thursday or whatever you were doing it, and having to go to work. The next day. That must have been.
You know what was
the worst?
Morning floor manager started at 7 a.m.
Yeah, that must have been the worst.
I think Thursday was actually harder because Thursday we knew we were going into it.
Yeah, it was a hard thing to walk into for sure.
Yeah, but it was fun. It was. I mean, it was enjoyable. But it is the reason why Red vs. Blue comes out on Monday now and doesn't come out on Friday anymore. That is the reason. Is because having the weekend to work on something as opposed to knowing I have to stay up all night Thursday night, which doesn't make really any difference now because we do this full time. But back when we had day jobs, it was a lot harder.
Yeah.
It was like a different life back then.
It was a long time ago.
It really was. Man.
And all the podcasts you did back then that never got aired. You should put those up.
Director's commentaries. I remember we're in that phase now. We were talking about just taking control of the project. We were talking about that today. Do you remember we had the first DVD done for Red vs. Blue, season 1? And it was complete, and we were ready to ship it off.
We were sitting in your office staring at a FedEx envelope. Yeah.
And I said to Jeff, I said, we essentially had play movie, chapter selections, and then what else? The PSAs.
PSAs.
And on it, which we had already made. And I said, I think our DVD should have more stuff on it than just the show. Like, it should have more extra features. Because it's only got 3 menu options.
And we had already been busting our asses, and we're pretty fucking exhausted and ready to be done at that point. This is our first DVD we'd ever made, so we were learning how to make a DVD while we did it.
And we just sat there and looked at each other for about 10 or 15 minutes. And I just took it out of the package and said, yeah, we're going to take it back and put some more stuff on it. And we took an extra week and put deleted scenes on it and all that. And I'm really glad to this day. I'm really glad we did that.
Let me ask you a question. What DVD has the most
that was a fucking
Easter eggs on it?
Oh, it's hard to say. I mean,
maybe season 4 or 5?
We try to trump each one. Reconstruction was a little different.
No, but here's the question, right?
Season 5, I would
season
say.
5.
4 or 5.
3, probably.
Do you think there's a person out there that has seen or unlocked every single aspect?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Really?
Yeah. There's websites. There used to be websites devoted to them.
You can, and if you can't find them, you can put them in your computer and play them like in Windows Media Player, and it'll show them all as separate titles and chapters.
Yeah.
This is actually something I would like to get some feedback on, and I was going to talk to the audience through the site about it. I understand what Joel is saying here, though. I think our DVDs are too complex.
Sure.
Not that they're hard to navigate or anything, but we put all these motion menus on, and we have outtakes and deleted scenes and Easter eggs and miniseries, and all that goes on the DVD. And, the cool transitions we have from the different menus, not on the main ones, but on the ones you go to see, like, outtakes and things, they're awesome. Like that bonus disc is awesome. And I put in other discs, and it's just play movie.
Well, I think the difference with us is we're trying to offer our audience a different experience than they're getting online watching our show, right?
Yeah, I get that.
And I mean, they're very generous to buy the DVD, and we want to give them as much additional material as we can, right?
But here's what I'm thinking, and I think our DVDs are head and shoulders above every other DVD. I'm talking DVDs that come from major studios.
Absolutely.
I think our DVDs are better than those DVDs.
Yeah, hands down.
But I wonder if that's a good return for us. I'm not talking on a business sense. I'm talking on a creative sense. I wonder if the audience...
If the audience knew they were like maybe sacrificing more in the major narrative, or you were sacrificing more in the story, or getting more story.
Well, I won't say that because we don't sacrifice our story because the DVDs are made after the story. But let's say this. Let's say the week or two that we were making the DVD, if we spent that week or two making a couple extra episodes of Red versus Blue to put on the web, I think they would like that better. But it's just...
But that's the thing.
You always want to make a better product for the people who are buying it, right?
Sure.
Yeah. It's like we're getting into now where people think that the shorts are gone and they're boycotting, or they're not boycotting, they're protesting in my comments. And they're all funny. You know, they're signing this petition and making fun of it and saying, you got to bring the shorts back. And it's just like anything else. It's like if people buy the DVDs, we know that's a thing we'll dedicate more stuff to, right?
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
So if we made a shorts DVD and people bought it, we'd have more shorts.
Yeah, right.
That's how it works.
Well, we'll probably make more anyway, but we know what people like based on what they support,
No,
essentially.
we won't make more unless
No,
they buy.
I mean, it's true. No, it's true. I mean, if people stop buying our stuff, then we disappear.
Well, it's the assumption if they're not buying it, they don't like it. That's real simple. It's not that we sit down with metrics and say, well, this product is performing better than these products. We just assume, like, wow, people seem to like it, but no one really wants to
pay for it.
Yeah,
Nobody likes it.
Yeah, nobody likes it. That's exactly right, Gus. Nobody likes it. So it's interesting. This portion of the podcast brought to you by the Rooster Teeth Shorts DVD. We should disclose we were paid to blog that, by the way.
We had to pay ourselves.
Yeah, we do receive funds for talking about the Rooster Teeth Shorts DVD.
Well,
just so you know.
Is there anything else we should talk about before we get back to work making those DVDs?
No, but I would like to hear people's feedback on that. Do you guys appreciate the DVDs? Do you like that they're so complex, or is it?
Or have you never bought a DVD and you just had no idea that there was so much extra content on it? Like, I wonder if we even do a good job, explaining how much extra stuff we put that you just can't get online.
Yeah, I wonder too.
Well, I guess people should leave comments in the group.
Yeah, that'd be cool in the Drunk Tank group.
Go to roosterteeth.com/drunktank, and you can see the group news and leave comments about it there.
Yes.
By the way, I set up that vanity URL. I haven't talked about it on the podcast. You can visit the Drunk Tank group by going to roosterteeth.com/drunktank.
Very cool. I looked up drunktank.com.
Yeah, I've looked it up before. I emailed the dude who owns it asking to buy it, and he never replied.
What's there?
It's a coming soon page.
Yeah.
Who knows how long it's been there?
Aren't they all?
All right. Well, thanks for listening, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.